Happy Derby, yeah.
You're the first person I've said that to.
Yeah, me too, as well. Happy Derby week, and we've got Big Happy here, ready to
Big
go.
Happy
Get ready
is
to go.
back. Welcome to Extol Unfiltered. I'm Angie Fenton. And we're going to keep doing this for, I think, a couple more months. This has been Peine. Piney.
Like a pie on your knee.
Just a real quick recap. On April 2nd, we launched Extol Weather with meteorologist Ben Peine. And we've had an amazing response thanks to the community. And so we are joining forces together on Extol Media, Extol Weather, and you can watch all kinds of fun now that Ben is, well, not today, but Ben's out of the suit and tie for the most part.
The correct spelling right there.
Is it? Do you see that?
Peine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you correct us, because I oversee a lot of the graphics that come from Extol Media, not the weather stuff. We leave that to the expert. But if you correct us, I will happily take those.
And that's okay.
Because we're learning too. He's still, I'm not even kidding, Ben. You are still Ben Peine in my phone. I got to change that.
I mean, I'm still rewiring my own brain with that. So, yeah.
Will you explain, though, just quickly for people who are just joining us, and again, good Monday morning Derby week.
Yeah.
We're watching people jump on, and so we'll jump into things coming quickly. But
Angie made me put on a suit for the first time in over a month as well.
It was lovely that he obliged.
You look lovely as well. Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Plus, we have one of my absolute favorite, just New Albany champions, true fashionista fashionista. I don't know how we say that, but this man knows fashion. This man knows vintage. This man knows supporting other people, and is just one of the best places to shop for your Derby duds. And I know it's a menswear store, but I'm going to be honest, I've bought things there for myself.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. So we're going to learn a lot about that here coming up shortly.
We are, but explain the Ben Peine part.
Oh, yeah. So when I worked on TV and radio in Peoria, Illinois, Jefferson City, Missouri, Augusta, Georgia, all those markets, I was Peine, Peine. When we got a job here in Louisville, the TV station management decided it would be better if it was Pine, more simple, I guess. So we took out an E, Pine, for, I don't know, 17 years, and now just back to I guess it's German heritage. There's a town in Germany called Peine. So actually a big city, actually. So that's where it comes from. Yeah.
And as you are getting to see from Extol Weather and from meteorologist Ben Peine, he's tried to change the name, but we're just going to go with that. As you are seeing, you're getting to see an extended version of Ben, the Ben that we are getting to know. He's always been, top rated, and has always delivered the weather in a calm way. We both worked at the ABC affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 9 years. You were there for 17.
Yeah, almost 17.
Kind of worked in our own corners and things, so barely saw each other, but I knew just how, buttoned up and professional, but he also exudes a sense of calm during severe weather. And I think there are some people who didn't know you live in Borden.
Yep, up in Borden, Indiana. We've got some property up there. We've been there for almost this will be 11 years, so we love it out there. And we get to. Usually, I'm not like this when I'm out in Borden. Usually, out, casual clothes, shorts, t-shirts, that kind of thing.
Then you get to see some of the fun, especially on Ben at 10, which is coming up at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to move us on just a little bit.
Should we check comments? Good morning.
We should definitely check comments. Okay.
Angie is running the show today. She is in control.
Ooh, I like this.
So I get to sit back.
I know Clara didn't mean this, but good morning, Angie and Angie. I am on 2 different pages, so it is relevant, but good morning, Clara. She's been a fantastic supporter of Extols for a long time. Kate, thank you, says she doesn't think my mic is on. So could I have our producer come on over and double check that? Are you
Love the
levels?
pink.
Can you all hear me? Are you showing levels on there? Okay, if you can't hear me, please comment and let me know. Kate Martin saying she loves the pink. Oh, Lincoln
Crowd, looking great, you too. Thank you.
Lincoln's got an interview coming up with one of our special extollers coming soon.
Perry Porter from Borden, Indiana. Thanks. Have a beautiful day and good morning.
From Bradford.
From Bradford. That's
awesome.
Judy Hoyer. And then Claire said, and Ben.
Okay, so Tony, sadly I can't hear. Is it only me? So we're gonna do this because this is the fun of live stuff. Can you please come on over? Actually, Ben, I'm going to let you keep reading this, and I'll come over here. That'll be
Oh,
easier.
Perry says volume is low. Okay, so we'll work on the audio here for just a second. And this is our Derby Week spirited edition of Extol Unfiltered. We'll talk a little bit about Oaks and my experience there with the Survivor Parade last year. And we're going to look at some prom pictures from the weekend. My daughter had her last prom as a senior. Kind of bittersweet, kind of weird. I don't feel like I'm that old to have a daughter that is having her last prom.
All right, let's
And
try this
Kathy,
one more time.
good morning to Kathy, Derby Week. Can you hear her now?
And when you're saying volume is low, are you saying low for all of us or just for me? Because that would help. So if anybody wants to weigh in on that, we greatly appreciate audience participation. I think that's, again, the fun of the live stream.
Actually, I could check.
You can check. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Kathy says she can hear just fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yay.
Thanks,
All right.
Kathy.
Talk about a Monday-ing Monday.
Monday,
right?
April 28th.
All right.
We're zipping through the month of April.
You can hear, you're going to check. He's going to check live, which is going to sound a little weird. There we are. All right. Ben is good. I'm low. Okay. Now it sounds like I'm fine.
Yeah,
So-
just have to turn the volume up.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that, Kathy. Good morning. Derby Week is here. That's for sure. Now, we need to jump in first to a very, very tough topic, and we're going to be brief on this. Over the weekend, tragic loss of a young man named Noah Maddox. If you go to Extol Media on our Facebook page, you will see it's a verified GoFundMe. The Kruger family, I believe it is, who put that out there to help support. We didn't share the details. We're not pulling things up, but just awful.
Tragic situation.
Just
And
awful.
the communities out there have had a tough time recently with
Floyd
other
Central.
things as well. And it's this day of social media. I mean, my kids, they know, it seems like they know everybody through Instagram and all that. So, I mean, they find this stuff out so fast and tough on everybody.
I was getting ready this morning, and it was not lost on me. I mean, we're both parents, but right now, I was thinking about how are we going to talk about this for a second. We have to move on because it's our job, but Noah's parents don't get the luxury of doing that and never will. And so we keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And again, if you want to make a financial contribution to what is incredibly, and we know people who know them, not close to that family, but know that it's devastating. So moving on, lightening up a little bit. Speaking of being parents, I'm going to let you do that.
I'm not going to. Okay.
No, you yours right now.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
yeah. So this is Hannah and I. We talked about if you're watching my Ben at 10, Steve Miller. I think we had him on our Unfiltered, but when he was over Easter. So this is up at his viewpoint, over 1,000 feet up, looking over the Borden Valley. But I'm biased, but I thought my daughter looked gorgeous.
I was gonna say, let's go back.
Jaw dropping.
You said like the stunning view, and I'm saying gorgeous. I'm talking about the view and Hannah, who is still a member of the Extol team.
Yeah.
We've gotten to watch her grow up, and I mean, she's a full-fledged, amazing young woman.
And
kudos to you and Sarah.
let me pop off Kathy's comment here. Good morning. There we go. Okay, so this was shout out to Mom, by the way, Sarah Peine. She put together breakfast and bouquets. So they had a brunch in the morning, and their jammies, flowers, just a huge spread of food at our house.
At your house, okay.
And then they got ready, and then they took pictures. And the reason why you don't see the boys in the picture is because they had a golf match at Old Capitol, so they had to miss the pictures, and then they hopped in later on.
But I also know a number of people who went, like boy groups, girl groups. I know that there was some of that was going on. But Borden had their prom at the Magnolia, right?
Yep.
I love this. I always love the selfies. And there's Hannah with that outstretched arm. They had
There's their bouquets, yeah.
beautiful. And they had it at the Magnolia, which is owned by Brian Bell and Matt Presley, and is a fantastic venue. Did she have a ball?
She had a good time, and then after that, they have the after school, after prom thing they do, and then so she had a late night, had a fun night.
All right,
So
well,
I think she behaved herself.
My weekend wasn't quite like Ben's weekend. On Saturday morning, I had been asked if I would be the welcome speaker, and you kind of think of that as like the hype gal. So I had to, in 10 minutes, make a bit of an impact and also hype people up. 10 minutes, and for the 113th Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana annual meeting. They do a lot of serious business, but
Were you a Girl Scout?
look at this, okay? Look at this picture. So I want to share something. So yes,
Okay.
yes, I was a Girl Scout. Obviously, pink is not a Girl Scout color, but I was thrilled to be able to do that. And I think from the response, I did a decent job, and I was in and I was out of there, and appreciate that. My mom was a Girl Scout. My grandmother was not only a Girl Scout, but she was the state leader. I grew up in rural Michigan,
Wow.
and that just was something that was a part of it until athletics converged and I chose athletics.
Sure.
But then also, and because we've been super candid, and I think this is also applicable to what we'll be talking about in just a little bit with Derby. It's Extol Unfiltered. So we talk unfiltered. I've shared about my breast cancer diagnosis and the fight and, going through chemo, radiation, immunotherapy, and all these things. And and for those of you, my cancer community friends, those of you, whether you're navigating it yourself or you are navigating it with someone else, will understand this. So yesterday, my dose of what's called tamoxifen. I won't get into the nitty gritty, but basically it's something that helps, doesn't guarantee, but helps to stave off recurrence. And so they bumped my dosage up because I really struggled with it. And yesterday, that final cumulative new dosage knocked me out.
Knocked you down.
So my weekend, I lost Sunday. I was in bed, didn't even have the energy to get up and feed my 5 dogs, which really sounds like a lot, but it takes about 60 seconds to get it all together. And so needed my husband and daughter to come in. So it was a great
So the fight
Saturday.
continues.
The fight does continue.
And you brought your energy this morning,
But
so kudos to you.
Because it comes, like, if I didn't,
Comes in waves.
it does
Yeah.
come in waves, and my oncologist and I are gonna have to talk. But I mostly wanted to share it because whether it's cancer or something else, we are all struggling with something that is hidden. And so I know that our community understands that, and our community.
What's the saying? Be kind to everyone, because everyone
Yeah.
is fighting their own battle.
This, I'm smiling and I do feel so much better. But yesterday was, yesterday kind of stunk. Not a great one.
Perry, thanks for sharing you can call it a podcast, live stream.
Oh, we already had that one, but I'll watch it again.
Christy
Good
Carver,
morning.
good morning.
Oh, Laura is like family. By the way, she's a co-owner of Regalo with her brother, JD Dotson. I am feeling so much better, and I know you know this struggle, Laura. I know you do. That's for sure. All right, Ben. Now I'm going to bring us over here for a second. And actually, what I would love to do is see if we could take a minute to watch a quick video from one of our extollers that you'll recognize thanks to Ben. And then we're going to bring our guru guest on. But here, if you're looking for some things to do this week in Southern Indiana, check out this episode of Hanging with Hannah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Hanging with Hannah presented by Rasmussen Chiropractic. Let's dive into these amazing events. On April 28th, it's the IU Southeast Rock Ensemble. If you love live music with a mix of classic and modern hits, this is your jam. On April 29th, it's the Giant Bubble Show. The Giant Bubble Show is making its debut at the Orange County Community Center. It's expected to sell out fast, so get your tickets now. On May 3rd, it's the annual Derby City Party. This 35-plus event brings together premium bars and a spacious indoor-outdoor patio setup. and also an awesome dance floor. Again, on May 3rd, it's the pottery class, one try it wheel. This one-time wheel throwing class is perfect for your friends, date night, or just treating yourself. On May 3rd through the 4th, it's Welcome Back Weekend at Spring Mill State Park. It's time to kick off the season at Spring Mill State Park with a weekend of outdoor adventure. On May 4th, it's the Candle Making Workshop in Charlestown. Get your craft on with this personalized candle making workshop. Looking ahead to May 11th, it's the Mother's Day brunch at Huber's. This brunch is complete with all your favorite brunch bites, beautiful decor, and the gift for every mom. And that's a wrap for this week's Hanging with Hannah. Which one are you marking on your calendar? Thanks again to Rasmussen Chiropractic for helping out. See you all next week.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so speaking of Hannah, she and her dad recently hit the links at Valley View. Every Monday we've been showing our favorites from there. Let's check this one out.
Hey Dad, what are the chances you make this putt?
It's a 100% chance of draining putts today, Hannah. Watch this. It's just too easy. This one's a little tougher, a little left or right there. Told you, 100% chance.
So, I mean, I guess you're right about the putts, but what are the chances you hit this on the green?
100%. I tried my best. Hannah had to record that one under the leg like 10 times, and I used to be a lot better at that, but it was a good time. Yeah. And Hannah edits those and puts the music to them and everything, so she did a good job. Who's this guy?
That was impressive.
Dan, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because you're a familiar face, that's for sure.
All right. I'm Dan Hardesty with Eureka, downtown New Albany. We are predominantly menswear, but we do have a lot of unisex goods. Obviously, opportunity to dress up or chill out. We sell a lot of vintage, a lot of dated, pre-owned items, as well as brand new items.
And I mean, when you talk vintage, let me tell you, I'm a vintage fan, a consignment fan. You haven't seen anything like this.
It's a kind of a love affair, to be honest with you, and it's very addictive because, you know, those of us who may be getting on in our years want to relive some of the glory days that we experienced.
Sure.
And we see a lot of folks our age who are coming in and like, oh my gosh, I went to that concert and I didn't have the opportunity to get that shirt then, and I see it now, and it's kind of reliving this magic.
And a way to stand out a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's kind of our goal. It's like we want people to look like you, right? Look like you is our whole message.
I love that. Now, okay, I think I know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is on trend for Derby?
Oh my gosh. You know, Derby, to me, it's one of those things where once you think you figured it out, you have no clue, right?
Kind of potpourri.
Absolutely.
Anything goes.
You know, we have folks who will come in from out of town and they'll say, oh, I really want to stand out at Derby. And I'll go, good luck. Okay.
Right.
And we can make you look nice. But standing out, unless you are wanting to put on a full glitter suit, you still may not be the most overdressed person there.
Full glitter suit?
Sure, why not?
I mean,
Let's
that
do it.
seems game.
Glitter gets a little messy, but you know.
Let me tell you, Jason Applegate is, I mean, he is such a good sport because I'll be like, oh yeah, let's try this one. And he's like, oh yeah.
We're going out there Wednesday, so we got to figure something out.
You are going.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, which we will get into the forecast in a minute, but little
Yeah,
rain.
there's a chance of some rain tomorrow afternoon all the way through Friday. We'll get into that a little bit more.
So what would you envision? I mean, Ben looks lovely in pink. What would you envision for him?
Well, one of the things that we have been very successful with are these types of dress shirts. We call them our water bottle shirts because they're made out of recycled water bottles.
Oh, really?
Will you
Yeah, of course.
open it and just kind of show people?
Yeah, I mean, this is a dress shirt. It feels like an Under Armour material.
It does.
But it is water repellent.
Mind if I touch?
Yeah, of course, man.
Some stretch in there.
Yeah, it's got
feel good.
stretch, but it doesn't constrict.
It doesn't constrict.
Which is one of the things that we really enjoy about it. But it's just a comfortable, well-rounded item in a
And
sense. It's so easy to take care of.
It's made of water bottles.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that
for
is really
use
cool. I never heard of
portion.
that.
Yeah.
I have bought a few of those shirts for my
Yes.
husband because he says they're extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
And what about the care of them?
Oh, it's super easy to take care of. You wash it, you dry it, you put it on. There's no ironing. There's no maintenance as far as that. One of the coolest parts too is they're stain resistant. We had a story of one of our customers. He said I think there was a kite that got stuck in a tree. He climbed the tree, came down, and I think it was his mother-in-law said, "Oh my gosh, take your shirt off. Let me get that. We'll replace it." He said, "No, get a washcloth, just wet cloth and wipe it down," and it did perfectly.
I mean, we need to
Nice.
get that testimonial
Yeah.
on.
And speaking of comfort, sometimes it can get pretty stuffy out there at Churchill Downs.
Absolutely.
It's 80 degrees, maybe Wednesday, high humidity. It looks like it's a nice, breathable, thin
It
kind of
is,
shirt.
yeah, and these things come in multiple colors and patterns, so you can have them for day-to-day wear or going out to the track because they are very breathable and very comfortable.
Okay, so what are you seeing people ask for the most?
This year, I'm seeing more people asking for seersucker than they did the years before. It's kind of coming back a little bit for that. But really, what we're seeing a lot of is it's lighter. I don't know if you can see these pants here.
Yeah.
Lighter blue plaids are big, but it's comfortable, right? It's no longer I look like I'm kind of stiff and walking and doing all. It's let me feel comfortable, and when you feel comfortable, you have more confidence, and when you have more
There's that
confidence,
balance.
absolutely.
Looking good, feeling good.
And you also have to hear what Dan said. We want you to feel like you.
Yes.
Like that was a part that I knew you were going to say. And I'm one of those when people ask about Derby. I mean, I've lived here since 2002, Louisville, and then 2013, 14, Hoosier. And what I've learned is that Derby is what you want to make of
Absolutely.
it every single year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's interesting because we'll have folks who'll come in and they're like, "I got to dress up for Derby." I'm like, no, let's get excited about this because, you know, you have the whole concept of I'm kind of putting in a suit that I don't want. No, you know, we can help you look and feel confident in however you want. Whether we had somebody who came in and said, "I want to wear shorts and a sport coat." I said, "Great, that's what you want. That's what we'll do."
Now, what if you're a baller on a budget? What are we talking about here?
Baller on a budget.
Man, now that's a coin term that I think we're going to have to
Baller on
do.
have you been a baller on a budget? Are we going to call
Yeah.
this a new segment?
This will be the triple B.
I'm a baller on a budget.
We
I'm
have
about the
all
baller
options, Ben. You know, and that's one of the things
Yeah.
I do love about our store is we sell new items and we also sell pre-owned items. So if you're coming in and you don't want to buy a brand new pink sport coat because you're like, man, I'm only going to wear it maybe once or twice, we have some pre-owned options. If you are coming in and you want to wear something for Derby, but you're also like, hey, I really love this sport coat. I can wear this to work. We have new options that you want to get longer wear. And one of the cool things we have are some sport coats that are machine washable, right?
Do you have any?
Really? No. I didn't.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of such a
Nope.
thing?
yeah. And they have great structure to them. It's a brand called Twillery,
Really?
which is available online only until you come to Eureka.
Twillery at
Until
Eureka.
you come to Eureka.
That's right. It
Okay.
was available online only.
So, I mean, I've always heard like we're always kind of a last minute crowd here.
Oh boy,
And
yes.
so, is it too late to get ready for Derby?
No, it's never too late. We've had people who come in Saturday morning
Yeah, I bet.
No, really.
and are like, "Oh my gosh, I just got tickets. I need an outfit."
Okay.
Like, we got you. So the one thing I will say, obviously, with any store, stock is going to be limited in certain
Yes.
styles and sizes. So come in as soon as you know,
Okay.
and we will get you taken care of. We will be open Tuesday through Saturday. During the week, this week I'm going to try to open up early, so 11 to 6 during the week, and then Saturday we'll be open at 10 o'clock
And
in
you've
the morning.
been almost 5 years into this now. and-
Yeah.
And where are you guys at again?
Man, we are at 156 East Main Street, right on the
Yes,
corner
we've
of
been on
Bank
your
and Main.
street.
You'll see the big sign with
yes.
Eureka, and we would love to have you guys come down.
We need more shops like that.
Yeah.
Keep people walking around downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, we're going to have you back on.
Thank you.
That's for sure. But thank you for taking
Thank
the
you guys
time
very
out
much.
of your
Nice to
busy-
Appreciate it.
You're definitely your busy schedule. We know that. It's an incredible week for lots of people. Now, I am going to go over here, Ben, and I'm going to pull up. Do you mind? Would you talk for just one
Sure.
second about the upcoming weather forecast?
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, to prepare your outfit, you might want to prepare a poncho on a couple of these days here. Now, today we're warm and dry. We're looking at lower 80s. It's just going to be very nice. South wind around 5 to 15. So no weather worries whatsoever for today. Starting off the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow here, Tuesday in the afternoon, there's actually a chance of some strong to severe thunderstorms. There's actually the ingredients of that unstable air, some wind shear that could create some storms that become a bit on the strong side. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, especially in southern Indiana, I'm gonna have to watch out for those strong thunderstorms. Now back to 7-day, as we head into Wednesday, we're gonna have a front that stalls out over the area. Let me go ahead and pop the 7-day. There we go, 82 degrees Wednesday. So the temperatures are looking phenomenal here, but with that stationary front over the region, we're gonna have periods of some showers and thunderstorms. Now, for now, my best estimate would be Wednesday has more dry time than Thursday. So that's your 5:02 day out at the track. That's Steamboat Race on Wednesday. For Thurby, though, it looks like we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout much of the day. And then Friday, we have the storms out of the way Friday, but for Oaks on Friday, there could be some spotty, light, lingering rain showers, but still comfortable temperatures, 72 degrees. And then we're looking at a perfect Derby Saturday right now, sunshine. And for the 151st running of the Run for the Roses, 70 degrees. And then it looks nice as we head into next week. So the good news, temperatures are phenomenal. Bad news, dodging some of these rain chances off and on throughout tomorrow afternoon all the way through Friday. So it happens every year. Maybe not this much rainfall. And you might be wondering about flooding. If these storms go over some of the same areas day after day, there could be some localized flash flooding to watch for as well. But a heads up tomorrow afternoon, a few of those storms could be severe.
All right, I'm going to go and grab a couple more of these comments here. Ooh, I love that one, but let's move down. Oh, Ben, there we go. Okay, Harry Porter.
Thanks for all the great information. I need your coffee cup. I'm a big coffee drinker. And then,
you know what's funny? Last week we talked about peeps and we invited people to come to Extol, and nobody came to Extol for our peeps. And our peeps here ate the peeps, especially the Applegate. But I bet if we said, please don't come and get Ben's, we'll see if we can get some more of those. But, oh, Diana.
So this is my stepmom. Being a part of the Oaks Survivors Parade was such an honor. I cherish those memories. Hard to believe a year has passed already.
Aw, love that.
So that was a special time. Should we bring up some pictures here?
Sure.
So that is my stepmom, Diana. That's my dad, Dave. Pretty in their pink. But they were just, I would say, lavished out there with their Survivors Parade. I mean, you get to go into the infield suites. So look at that view right across
Churchill
from.
Downs just does it right.
They do it up right. So they had just a phenomenal time. There's my dad on the right, getting plate after plate of food, and that dude can eat. He can out eat most people, but
he doesn't look like it. But so whatever he's doing, tell him to keep that up. But he looks like he pushed back.
he stays busy. He does a lot of yard work. And then my stepmom Diana there with the Oaks Lily, enjoying that out there. And again, just the views there right in front of the track. So I actually got to join them last year and take pictures and videotape the Survivors Parade. But always, an emotional moment when, the song's playing, the crowd's cheering, and just thinking about what all those ladies went through.
And Diana is...
So in 2023, Diana diagnosed with breast cancer, went through surgery, treatment, and then about a year later, made it in the Survivors Parade. So yeah.
Diana, so happy to hear that. So let's.
And this is my sister-in-law. Why does it always make me laugh when Ben takes a sip with the smiley cup?
Meredith, it always makes all of us laugh. Ben takes it, and she calls it the sippy cup.
The sippy cup.
I love it.
Smiley cup.
Smiley cup. I read it. Oh, takes a sip with a smiley cup. I just gave you a sippy cup. I'm so sorry. I'm really not.
I like the big smiley cup. I don't know where you guys got it, but
I mean,
it's mine now.
It is 100% yours. Now, one of the things that I love about Derby, so again, we color coordinated. I needed to say before I forget, thank you to, she's a Churchill Downs executive, Casey Cook Ramage. She's the first person. I used to be an entertainment columnist for the Courier, and then I was doing freelance for all the different TV stations and covering. And then Churchill Downs hired me to do a lot of fun. So for
So the red
years,
carpet?
I hosted the Celebrity Red Carpet. That's
Oh,
Emilio
nice.
Estevez in the middle. I also hosted the pink carpet, Longines Fashion, and Casey and her team.
Is that Oaks Day?
That's Oaks Day.
Okay, yeah.
And they really leaned into what you see now with celebrities and just anybody who wanted to participate in the fashion and the fun. This other
That's really cool.
gentleman who is a phenomenal artist is Butch Sager. And so every year Butch used to make my dress and my fascinator.
Oh, wow.
So every single year
You were hooked
he
up.
would do that. Some of my favorite moments on the red
Kid Rock
carpet.
in the middle.
Well, I'll tell you about him in just a second.
Rick
So first,
Pitino.
Rick Pitino and Joanne, his wife, lovely. Always loved the athletes. They were fantastic. On the other side is Christian Siriano. Now, I am not quite 5'3", and I am not in super high heels, but I feel like I look like a giant there. But I mean, Christian Siriano is a powerhouse in the fashion world. And then Kid Rock, okay, true story here. He would come to the Barnstable Brown Gala. They have Trisha Barnstable Brown and her sister Sib have done phenomenal things. That whole family has, benefiting diabetes research. And Kid Rock would always donate. And that's the part that they don't always talk about, is what these celebrities are actually doing here in our vicinity.
Not just partying.
And he couldn't come one year. And on the red carpet in front of, however many tens of thousands of people are there at Churchill and streaming, I embarrassed him. And I said, one thing people don't know about you is that you donate anyway when you can't come. And he said, I think this might be the first time somebody got me to blush on camera.
That's cool.
Now, last photo, I just want to show you, this was my biggest derby faux pas. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Butch did not make this dress. He made the fascinator. Do you know why it was a faux pas? That's Seth Meyers, and I'm losing his brother's name.
I don't know his brother's name.
Do you know why?
No.
So
It looks good to me.
See a little bit of a height difference there? So can you imagine what I looked like when they cropped us? I'm going to take that off the screen there. So strapless is not something I'm usually attracted to.
I get it.
I will
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
wear strapless again.
Yeah.
It was from here up, and it looked like I remembered my fascinator, and that was it. And it was
Yeah.
this beautiful, I think Rodeo Drive, it may have even been, this beautiful strapless that was not the thing to
Oops.
wear.
Well, how could you predict that?
I mean, but when you're looking at yourself, I think Danica, the race car driver.
Patrick, Danica, Patrick, right?
Help us
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
I think she was there, and there's a picture of us, and oh man, it was not good. It was just not good. So if you're gonna be on a big screen, don't do that. I'd love
Awesome couple.
that.
Love your dad. Ben, does Hannah like your beard?
Does Hannah like your beard?
It's not even a beard. It's just scruff.
Okay, but more important question, I think, does Sarah,
The Sarah like the beard. Yeah, she's fine with it.
do you?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't have to use the razor anymore.
love
it's
that.
yeah, it's so much more cash. But speaking of the celebrities there, so one of the first derbies that I was at, I had to cover the fourth floor, I believe, Millionaires Row. I was like 20 something years old, and feeling like big stuff up there, bumping into celebrities out up there all day. You're starting to feel it. And a lot of the celebrities are nice and kind, but some of them don't want to be bothered. And I had a camera. I was kind of being a reporter up there. There's one football coach that I won't name was like, nope, don't want to talk. And I understand. You just want to enjoy your day.
Okay, so
So I'm not throwing them under a bus.
it's
but
not a football coach who's recently been in the news.
no, I'm not even going to say who it was. I'm not gonna say.
So if you saw what was a little bit of an awkward interview for some parts, I didn't think it was that awkward as much as they're playing it up to be on CBS Sunday Morning. Bill Belichick was one of my favorite.
It was not Bill
interviews.
Belichick.
Okay, Bill Belichick was one of my favorite interviews. You and I talked about this. worst interview ever, and I'll say it over and over again. I wish it was on camera. Adrian Grenier was mean,
Well,
but it wasn't just me. He was intentionally filming for something about media. But I mean, I used to love Entourage and all of that, and
I saw like part of the interview where he and his wife didn't want to talk about their relationship, but.
And you know, I'm all like, boundaries are one thing, but to just not be nice or to just say, no, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Tom Brady and, you know, a lot of those football players, they skirt that red carpet. They don't owe us anything, but at the same time, it's kind of like people love that you're here. Just say it.
Speaking of Tom Brady, he was there, I think that same year, and his bodyguard like had a briefcase full of money like handcuffed to his arm, and I'm not sure how much money was in that briefcase, but it was a lot.
Well, so you're going to the track, and I am not, especially with the way that, you know, I feel a lot of crowds and things like I am not, but can I show you? So somebody said that they like my fascinator, and to be honest, I can't remember.
Sheila.
Oh,
But
Sheila.
the fascinator is
So
beautiful.
I could wear a fascinator every single day and be happy. I'm one of those. You know why I wore fascinators, though, is because I worked at the Derby for so many years and Oaks and all of that. It makes me more vertical. And so and my job is to focus on you. It's not about me. I want to, you know, look in the spirit, but I want to be vertical. So I never wore the big hats.
Oh, yeah.
Like Salt and Peppa. I think like they had these massive hats and they're these tiny women. And I mean, there've been so many celebrities over the years, but I would go to cover the Barnstable Brown Gala, which I absolutely loved doing. And now can we get back on full screen? Because I'm going to stand up for a second. I want to show you a little secret. So I would wear, because that's just me, like when we had Dan Hardesty from Eureka on, Derby is want me to feel like you. So I got this coat years ago. I actually have a couple of little places I need to take it to my seamstress, but I would wear this because it would inevitably rain almost every single time. I'm just going to show you something. It's a coat. I have on a workout suit underneath it.
It's fashion and function is what you're
So
saying
I can
here.
do this. These are leggings. I got my old boots that I got from Mariposa. They're Coach. I paid, I think, like $30 for these. And if you see me, I mean, I think I look presentable, right? But really, I've got a workout suit underneath. And
Is it work as a rain jacket?
Feel it. Runs right off.
Oh, yeah.
So I have worn this backside. I have worn this front side. I have worn this to cover some parties. It's all smoke and mirrors.
I mean, that's the stuff you got to think about,
And I'm
especially with the
so
weather we have around
comfortable.
here. Yeah.
So comfortable.
Very,
So,
very nice.
Love that. Oh, here's Josh May. Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Ready for Derby week? Glad to hear that. Now, before we're going to get into the end of this, I do want to talk for just a moment. We missed it at the beginning. I was going to throw it in and then just want to really get to Derby stuff. We are not sharing any of the videos that are out there on social because they include minors. We could have blurred faces. It's just, we didn't want to do that. But, and weigh in your comments here. How many of you saw what I'm going to call the Chow Wagon mayhem?
I
that
saw it because you
occurred?
sent it to me. I didn't know.
And you
what
didn't
happened.
know. I'm glad
Yeah.
you missed that. Chow Wagon mayhem that occurred with what appear to be minors. And when I say minors, I'm going to try to guess like young teenagers and things being phenomenally unruly, absolutely out of line with our law enforcement. One kid actually stole a golf cart from the security officials. Now, doing things because you're young, like I heard you say something like when you were a 12-year-old
I was kind of
boy-
a ne'er-do-well back in the day. Yeah, I had a group of friends, and we had plenty of pranks that we pulled on neighborhood
Well,
houses and cars.
would you have mouthed off to?
No, I always respected authority. I always ran away from authority as quickly as I could. I never got caught.
But I cannot, I mean, when I was watching that, now
And they didn't have cameras back then. Now the cameras are everywhere.
Oh.
So
they're all circulating on social media, and people are saying, where's the parents, and we're going to need a curfew and all of those kinds of things. My 9-year-old daughter saw me because I was trying to work and drink coffee and do that all at once, and she wanted to watch the video. And so I turned the volume down so she couldn't hear anything, but we watched it for a minute, and I said, Olive, if you ever, and then I stopped myself and I said, you wouldn't,
she wouldn't, yeah.
but I will ground you until you were 90 years old.
But the thing is, you want security down there. There was security down there,
know.
but they were kind of overrun.
Is it with all of that going on, please don't let that dissuade you from there. I believe our officials are taking care of it, but please don't let that dissuade you from going to the Chow Wagon and enjoying the Kentucky Derby Festival.
Always a rare moment. So
Oh, absolutely.
Brenda, Nichols, you guys look great, and exclusive balloons. Is there any way you can order up some better weather so we can do some more flying, please? And thank you. And I know there's a Sew In balloon, I think, that participates in
Yeah,
this
go
as
Sew
well.
In. Yes.
So that's the thing. The Great Balloon Fest every year. You can't have winds like over 12 miles per hour. That's always hard to do. And then any rain messes it up. So it looks like we'll have some rain to dodge Tuesday through early Friday. And we'll talk more about that on Ben at 10 here coming up shortly.
Ben at 10 is coming up in just a minute. Now, we just wanted to throw this out there as well. We love sharing. And so if you have any of these opportunities, whether they're events or ways that people can pitch in, send them to us so that we can share. Now, NWSB is starting today asking people to share and collect new and gently used bags for project recovery. I encourage you to look at what they're doing in our community. They want plastic bags, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags, new and gently used. And then you can drop them off at any NWSB location. You do not need to be a customer there. They all are set up to collect these. And NWSB, it has been a bank in our community for so long and a storied history. And they are big on community matters endeavors. So help us collect new and gently used bags. That's what they are seeking.
I went to the downtown New Albany branch, the NWSB, last Friday, and I just wanted to sit around and hang out in there. It was just so
Really
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
But I brought, I'm a double.
There you go. We've got a lot of those bags.
I know, and I finally have my recycling bags that I need to start using, but I do have some of these.
Those are my cat litter bags.
And then this is such an awesome bag.
Oh, the Girl Scouts, yeah.
But our producer, director / co-owner of Extol is also my life partner. Do I need any more bags?
Yes,
Shook
that's
his
a no.
head. So I know the Girl Scouts of Kentucky, Anna, they do tremendous things for other people. So I don't think they're going to mind that I'm going to go down there today to donate. But again, this is occurring right now, and an easy way to pitch in.
Yeah, so they got the New Albany branch. The one by me is up in Hamburg, Sellersburg. So you can find them.
Oh, they've got to go to newwashbank.com for locations, but we'll also share it on the Extol pages as well.
Judy, good morning to you.
morning.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie, happy Derby to you.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in here this morning.
Love that. Now, reminder to watch us on Mondays at 9 a.m. We're going to see whether or not Ben strikes it rich at the track this week.
Or you.
Are you? So, since I spent so many years at the track, I talked to a girlfriend
didn't
the
talk
other
about
day who's
horses.
never done that. Oh, we haven't talked about horses. If you want to pull them up, I'm not ready, and I'm also very secretive about that. I told you about that, Ben.
I know.
I actually have a girlfriend who really wants to go, so we're going to look into maybe going to Derby in like next year. I would love to be able to do that. But one of my favorite things now, I quietly sit at home by my and I just turn on Wave 3 and I watch it all day long. And I bet like little baby bets, and I have a cutoff of how much I will spend.
Yeah.
And I won't tell anybody who I bet, what I bet.
I used to try, and then I just started to go to the names that I like. So I like Tiz-tastic.
Tiz-tastic.
And I read that the The horse actually has a chance.
What are the odds right now?
Odds are 20-1.
Okay, I like that.
We've seen. And then I liked Owen Almighty for some reason. 30-1 odds.
Owen Almighty. Oh, it's Bruce Almighty. I was thinking, what's
Yeah,
the name of the movie?
But Journalism is 3-1. One of the favored ones right now. And it was interesting. There was Journalism and there was Publisher. Isn't that just kind of weird?
It is kind of weird, and it also is kind of weird because at this point in what's happening in our world, like journalism and publisher are in flux. So
Yeah,
I'm a little reticent. Who's the biggest long shot at this moment?
Let me see.
Are there any 50-1?
A lot of 30-1s, 30-1, 30-1.
Who's your Derby hope?
Yeah,
Horse.
yeah. Put in your tips here for us.
I need more coffee. Can you tell? Yeah, put in.
Bunch of 30-1s, but nothing that's
Nothing- okay.
crazy.
Yeah, I won't even make my picks until that morning.
Chunk of gold. I like that.
And I'll bet a little bit on Oaks as well. Got to bet on those fillies.
Tis-tastic.
Tis-tastic.
I like that one.
Tis-tastic. Tis Ben's horse.
We might have to end on that because I've got a show
think we
coming up.
So don't forget. Oh, hang on. We have one. Paul maybe.
Paul Sievert,
In the ringer for us.
Luxor Cafe.
All right, Paul. I'm gonna put some money on that. Big money, $2.
We'll remember some of these.
There.
We'll revisit.
All right. Thanks for watching Extol Unfiltered. Don't forget, we are here 9 a.m. on Mondays. But coming up shortly, it's Ben at 10.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. That's for sure.